Hi. Jordan Moore, Max Brown, and Sam Kobrine with us now. He's new to USC men's volleyball, already an accomplished collegiate athlete, though. All-American honors last year, all-league first team. But you are a UCLA grad transfer. That means
a little different.
You are UCLA through and through. Dad played basketball at UCLA. Brother at UCLA. You already got a UCLA degree. What was your Thanksgiving like where you were just like, no, guys, I'm a Trojan now?
Pretty awkward. I mean, my grandpa, UCLA.
Oh, wow.
My
You're
uncle's
third generation.
UCLA, yes, third generation. So, I mean, they're happy.
Are you a spy? Are you even real?
they're
Sending
happy
scouting
for me.
reports across the way.
They're happy for me. You know what? They say that, but I know all their tendencies now too.
You
so
sure
I can bring that and help the SC program.
So the natural follow-up question, how'd you get here? Why SC? What made the Trojans the right pick from a grad transfer standpoint?
I mean, from the COVID rules, I mean, athletes got a year back, and I was finishing up my undergrad, and I was looking into graduate school opportunities. And I mean, USC has such a great reputation for academics, and it's also in Southern California too, so it's just like a natural fit for me.
And your head coach went to UCLA.
Yep.
Well, did you have that conversation? It was like, it's okay. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, and even funnier, the women's coach actually recruited me at UCLA. He was a UCLA coach, Brad Keller. He's a UCLA coach. He recruited me there, and then he obviously made the switch to the women's UCLA team, and then he got the head position at USC. So, I mean, Bruins all around. I mean,
was it weird for the first time when you put on the Cardinal goal?
Oh, yeah. Especially being in the Galen Center. It's just a lot different. I mean, I was always like UCLA in the Galen Center. It's just always like, it's crazy.
Get to see the home locker rooms.
Yeah,
the visitor one.
crazy. I mean, it was so surreal just looking up the banners, and it's just completely different thing. It's just completely different.
I remember when I grad transferred, the two hardest components was, one, I had to move across the country, so it's getting used to a new city, and the other one is getting used to an entire new roster that you have no idea who these guys are. I envision your case is a little bit different. You're just driving across the way, and I'm sure you've known a lot of your teammates for quite some time. So what's been the biggest adjustment if those two factors maybe haven't been as intense?
Yes, you're right, 100%. I've grown up with a lot of the guys. I mean, Cole Paxton, Brandon Browning, they're all local. I mean, and the biggest factor for me, it was like a position switch. I came in this year looking to play outside hitter, and I was a setter the past 2 years. So that was pretty much the biggest transitional aspect for me.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question, because I saw they sort of listed you with some positional versatility on the website, but you were a setter at UCLA. So those seem like really different positions to me in my experience watching indoor volleyball. What is that transition like?
I mean, I grew up playing setter for a club. You kind of have two teams when you're kind of growing up, your club team and then your high school team. For the high school team, I had another setter that was also very good. His dad's like a legendary volleyball player. His name was Matt Staverlik. He went on and played at Harvard. So we kind of had him at that role, and they kind of were looking at me like, oh, we kind of want you on the court. Like, where's a good spot where we can have you? And then they're just like, all right, you could play outside hitter. So I kind of got the outside hitter experience through high school as they kind of just put me there. And then through club, the other parts of the year, I just was setter on my club team because I was on a different club team than Matt. So just kind of whatever the team needed. I mean, especially at UCLA, we had all these great athletic hitters, and we needed a setter to kind of come in and step in, and that's something I was able to do.
The team so far has had 3 tournaments and then a long lull until the season starts on the back end of the new year. How's the team progressed? What strides have you seen from that bunch? Where do things stand with the roster?
Oh, I'm really excited about this year. I mean, we have a lot of experienced players. I mean, Cole Paxton, 5th year. Chris Hall, 5th year. Brandon Browning, 4th year. Like, we have a lot of experience and a lot of guys that have played in a lot of tight, close, the top games. I mean, and I'm kind of excited that we have that experience going into next year. I mean, that's just a huge benefit for our team as I see it.
Last one for me. Listen to Sam Kobrine, the grad transfer here for USC men's volleyball. Their season starts on January 6th officially, so right after the turn of the year, get to the Galen Center and watch USC men's volleyball. But you mentioned, I assume the Masters was a big part of coming over, and you're getting it in social entrepreneurship. What does that mean? What do you want to do with it?
I think For social entrepreneurship, I think the traditional understanding of business is, it's a program in the business school. The traditional understanding of business is like trying to make as much money as possible. Social entrepreneurship is more like you want to make money, but you also want to have some sort of impact in the world. So have some sort of like social mission, and that's kind of how I would describe it.
Is that program something you sought out specifically at USC? Is it unique to USC, or is it something that, hey, you wanted to get into the business school and that one just made the most logistical sense kind of thing?
There's a couple. I think I really like the entrepreneurship, for one, and that one aligned with like my values, for one, and also logistically it also makes sense for me on the timeline scale. Like I have 1 year of eligibility, and we were able to get this master's in 1 year.
Nice.
I remember doing the same thing. Last question from me. Do the dates March 31st and April 2nd mean anything to you?
Are those the days you from UCLA?
Do you have it circled on your calendar? How weird is that going to be lining up against your old team?
I think the joke in my family is who's going to block who first. Am I going to block my brother, or is he going to block me first?
There you go.
You got your old brothers and your teammates, and you got your actual brother over there.
Yeah, exactly. That's the joke in our family. Who's going to block who first? And everyone's been pretty neutral on it. No one wants to take a side.
Pick sides.
No one wants to pick sides.
Well, this is we're happy to have you on our side. That is for sure. Sam Kobrine joins the USC program, and again, check out USC men's volleyball starting January 6th, and check out those games against UCLA. Those will be heated for sure. Thanks for joining Trojans Live. We appreciate it. We come back. We'll do a little bit of our football roundtable. John Wilner will join us in a little bit. Still much more to come on Trojans Live.